St. Francis of Assisi, who lived in the 12th and 13th centuries, said this: "If you have men who will exclude any of God's creatures from the shelter of compassion and pity, you will have men who will deal likewise with their fellow men. If you have men who will exclude any of God's creatures from the shelter of compassion and pity, you will have men who will deal likewise with their fellow men." About 800 years later, the writer Wendell Berry said this: "To live, we must daily break the body and shed the blood of creation. When we do this knowingly, lovingly, skillfully, reverently, it is a sacrament. When we do it ignorantly, greedily, clumsily, destructively, it is a desecration. In such desecration, we condemn ourselves to spiritual and moral loneliness, and others to want." What I hear in these two writings is an orientation toward the created world, even as we make use of the created world. An orientation of reverence and compassion, an orientation toward the created world which sees us and those we encounter as part of the creation worthy of compassion. An orientation to the world which connects the ethics, the way that we treat the world around us, with the way that we treat the people around us. We can think of creation care as just preservation of nature and meditation on it, and those are important. But of course, humans need to eat, to have places to live, to have meaningful work that pays a fair wage. And so I think what Wendell Berry writes is important. When we do make use of nature, breaking the ground for farming or building, how do we do it? Do we do it reverently, carefully, thanking the created world for what it has given us? When we do this knowingly, lovingly, skillfully, reverently, it is a sacrament, Berry says. And he continues that when we do it ignorantly, greedily, clumsily, destructively, it is a desecration. And the point of St. Francis is that how we engage with the creatures around us gives a hint at how we will engage with the humanity around us. If you have people who will exclude God's creatures from the shelter of compassion and pity, you will have people who will deal likewise with their fellow humanity. The way we treat nature, the way we treat creation is connected to the way we treat humanity. In this season of creation, we have a chance to take stock of our posture toward the land we farm or that is farmed for us, the animals that are raised for us, the ground that is broken so that we have a place to live. We have a chance to think of this world as a both and, not an either or place. We have to develop, to farm, to eat, but can we do it in a way that honors God and does not desecrate God's creation? Because in such desecration, we condemn ourselves to spiritual and moral loneliness and others to want, Berry says. And we don't want that. Amen.